I can't stand when there's stickers or like glue or anything on my books. Target gets me too. They do like the little circle and you have to get it off. Half the time they rip and it's a disaster. I will take these off if anybody's out there cringing like, oh, because I would be. Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. So I just got home from the bookstore about 30 minutes ago or so. I went to Books A Million and I thought that I would share with you guys a haul. I strictly shopped in the bargain section today, so this is gonna be a bargain book haul. The thing about the bargain section is they always have really great deals on things and they have good books. That gets me in a little bit of trouble because while I don't have it on like my current TBR, if I've heard about it or I've thought about it before and I find it at a great price, I'm like, oh, like I should get that. I ended up buying 5 books and I spent a total of $28 with tax. I did use a coupon. I have a mixture of like fiction, young adult, self-help, like just kind of different things. Most of these are more like on the fiction side. All right, so we're just gonna jump right in. So the first 2 books I'm gonna share with you guys, I actually went back for. I saw these the other day and I kept thinking about them and I thought I should go and grab those. I feel like there are those books in time that people love, whether it's a classic or something super, super symbolic or that has a really great meaning to it that I wish that I read more of. I tend to shy away from those and read a lot of contemporary or young adult or fantasy or things that are like more like today's time. This is a book that's been very, very highly acclaimed. It's one that I felt like was kind of a classic or a book that I should own. Catch-22 by Joseph Heller. This is definitely different than what I normally gravitate towards. So this is set in World War II and it's about a guy who's a war hero that wants to kind of relieve himself of his duty, but they keep adding missions to like what he has to do, and if he leaves he'll be in violation of Catch-22, which it says is a hilariously sinister bureaucratic rule. A man is considered insane if he willingly continues to fly dangerous combat missions, but if he makes a formal request to be removed from duty, he is proven sane and therefore ineligible to be relieved. I typically don't like war type of movies or books or anything like that. It's just not my thing. I like that this one has a comedic aspect to it. It's supposed to be very funny and catchy, so I will attempt to read this one day. I don't know when. It's kind of like on that category with like The Kite Runner. I have that on my shelf and I've always wanted to read it, but I never have. The next book that I found, I was surprised was in the bargain section because I feel like while I know that this isn't the most popular book this author has, this author is very, very highly acclaimed and loved that I was kind of surprised it was in the bargain section. Turtles All the Way Down from John Green. I think a lot of people, just from what I've seen, were disappointed in this book. They said that it didn't live up to their expectations of John Green, and I'll be honest with you guys, I've always enjoyed John Green's books, but I've never been as obsessed with them as I think a lot of people are. I liked The Fault in Our Stars, but it's not my favorite book from John Green. I actually prefer like Looking for Alaska or Paper Towns. Like I love all of those, but I wouldn't say that I was like a diehard fan. So I'm intrigued to read this. I don't feel like I have a super, super high expectation from John Green for this book, so I'm interested to read it. And to give you guys a quick synopsis, this one's about a 16-year-old who never intended to pursue the mystery of fugitive billionaire Russell Pickett, but there's a $100,000 reward at stake, and her best and most fearless friend Daisy is eager to investigate. Together, they navigate the short distance and broad divides that separate them from Russell Pickett's son, Davis. So yeah, I am excited to read this. If you have read this, let me know your thoughts below. Did you like it? Were you disappointed in it? Total impulse buy. I happened to see this in like the personal growth section, and it's called The Spark and the Grind by Eric Wall. I love self-help books or things that help you strive to be better or personal growth. A lot of like the personal help books can be very similar. They have a lot of similar themes or ideas about what you should do and like the necessary steps. And this one is kind of different. It says, we've been conditioned to think about creative genius as a dichotomy. Dreamers versus doers, creativity versus discipline, the spark versus the grind. But what if we're wrong? What if it's the spark and the grind? And it says, we love people whose creative genius arrives in sudden sparks of inspiration, but we also admire people who work incredibly hard and long for their creative breakthroughs. It says, think of Edison in his lab grinding through hundreds of failed variations on the light bulb. We remember his words in tough times. Genius is 1% inspiration, 99% perspiration. It says, Eric Wall, a visual artist, speaker, and entrepreneur, helps us unite the yin and yang of creativity the dynamic new ideas with the dogged effort. He shows why we won't get far if we rely on the spark without the grind, or the grind without the spark. What the world needs are the creators who can hold the two in balance. So I thought that that was really cool. I'm always fascinated by stuff like this. I will link it below if you want to check this one out, as well as everything else, because I feel like a lot of the bargain ones are still more affordable online. So if you don't have a Books A Million, or you just want to order one because you can't find it, or you don't want to go look for it, I'll link them all below for you guys. I have wanted to read this for years, and I mean, obviously I have not prioritized it, because if I really wanted to read it that bad, wouldn't I have already bought it? I don't know. This is from like the Devil Wears Prada series or stories or whatever from Lauren Weisberger. I haven't actually read The Devil Wears Prada, but I have seen the movie, of course. Like, I think everybody has seen the movie, and if you haven't seen the movie, then you need to watch it ASAP. It's so good. But I'm not going to bore you guys with the synopsis, because I don't know what it's about, but it's super long, and so I'll link it below. But the top line says, he set her up, they'll bring him down. So it's good enough for me. The last one was another impulse buy for me, and I wasn't sure if I should get this one or not. Christine Ricci's Again But Better, who we know is on BookTube, Pulling Bananas. I've been off of BookTube, and I feel like that's the thing with this book for me. Like, I wasn't on here or watching videos or reading at all really when this came out, when people talked about it. I haven't really watched anybody do a review. I know it's gotten mixed reviews on Goodreads, which I always take with a grain of salt, because I know a lot of books that I love that people trash. I watched a video the other day of a girl, and she literally like talked about a series that I loved, and she was like, those books are garbage, like they're like terrible writing, terrible this, and I was like, oh my god. So I know everyone has different tastes, and for me, I feel like books serve different purposes, you know. Alright, you guys, so those are all the books that I bought today. I do have a couple other new books that I've gotten as well that I may do a haul on soon. If you are a fan of book hauls and you want me to do more, give the video a thumbs up. Feel free to subscribe below, and I will catch you guys next time.